Yep. You already know what it is. Southpaw Talk with Southpaw Slick. And today's question comes from one of my female Instagram followers. And she asked me, why are men afraid to profess their love to women? And the reason she asked me this question is because she's been talking to this guy for the last 6 months. And 4 months in, she texted him that she loved him, or I love you, right? And he texted back, you too. No love whatsoever mentioned. And she says every time she tells him or texts him, I love you, he either says the same thing or he'll be like, send like a kiss emoji or ditto or something like that. But he never directly tells her. And I'm thinking to myself, that is definitely a red flag. But on the flip side, it can also be an age thing. Age definitely plays a factor in this. Looking at your profile, I'm assuming you're in your early 20s. So that makes sense. I'm going to break it down as the video progresses. But usually teens, early mid-20s, people like to play those games like that. You know what I mean? So shit, even in my 30s, people like playing them games like that. So I can't even say that. But it's more prevalent and in that age range. But to actually answer your question, I don't know if I could give you a definitive answer, but I'm going to try. Because I like this question. I really do. Oddly enough, this kind of coincides with certain things that happens in the movie Love Jones, which I rewatched over the weekend, right? I said one of my favorite movies, by the way. Definitely top 10. But in the movie, the two main characters, Darius and Mia, right? Played by Lorenz Tate and Nia Long, respectively. Both of them, they get into a situationship, or as they say in the movie, they're just kicking it, right? Which, to be fair, early on, it's just that. I said they weren't even together for a month, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, we just kicking it, we just doing our thing, we enjoying each other's company. Fine, cool, believable, right? But after Mia comes back from New York, they start to get a little bit more serious, right? But they don't confess their love to one another because both of them are still riding off of that kicking it shit, right? But the reason I'm bringing this up is because the first time they actually have sex, the next day, of course, both of them tell their friends about it. Her best friend and one of his friends, right? He's all talking like, she put it on me. The Oshun, the Santa Maria, she just put it on me, man. And he's like, what, so you in love or something? He's like, this ain't no love thing. You know what I mean? We just kicking it. Once again, this is early on, so it's believable. But as their relationship develops, both of them lack communication, and they don't tell each other that they love each other. They playing games, they break up, right? Until the cliche ending where he finally professes his love to her. But the reason I'm bringing this up, once again, is how he was interacting with his friend. Right? Oh, it ain't no love thing. We just kicking it. This also reminds me of how I interacted with some of my homeboys or male acquaintances over the years. I'm saying, when one of them was like dating a girl or messing with a girl, and he starts being a little bit too lovey-dovey with her. They're like, she got you whipped. Oh, you ain't telling you love her, right? Oh, you told her you love her? Oh, man, she got you wrapped around her finger, man. Like, you a sucker for that. You know what I mean? It was a negative thing. Basically keep it playing. You know what I mean? Like don't tell these hoes you love them. You know what I mean? Basically on some Han Solo shit. Like with Leia. Oh, I love you. Him. I know. Now, in that case, I'm glad they did that because that would have ruined his character if he was like, I love you too. Nah, it doesn't work for him. You know what I mean? But anyway, realistically speaking, that's another thing is you get shamed for being in love. Even some women shame you for being in love. It's like a man is not supposed to be in love. Like that's like a feminine quality, which I don't agree with. Being in love is a beautiful thing, especially when the feeling is mutual. When you love somebody that loves you back just as much, if not more, that is beautiful. Seeing two people in love, or you yourself being in love, that's one of the best feelings in the world. That's why it hurts so much when things just fall apart. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Mostly it stems from your peers. I'm saying men in particular. You get shamed for admitting you're in love or telling a woman you're in love. Or same thing. And New Edition, that's another example. If it isn't love. I really love her. Love her? What? That's what I'm saying. Even in the song, it's like, man, you bugging right now. But in actuality, it's like if this ain't love, why do I feel this way? You know what I mean? Why does she stay on my mind? He's saying it in the fucking song, right? That's what I'm saying. If you really love somebody, just tell them. Just like in Love Jones, I'm saying you're gonna wait till the last minute. You're gonna wait till you guys break up. A year passed. She already moved back to New York, and I'm saying now you're gonna say you love her after the fact. You know, and then she's like, why so urgent? He's like, man, love is urgent than a motherfucker. You know what I mean? So, I mean, they end up, getting back together, happy ending, fine, whatever. But that's what I'm saying. This all could have been avoided if you guys would have told your true feelings early on instead of saying, oh, we just kicking it. She's basically following his lead. Once again, us as men, we are the leaders, right? Now, when it comes to who says it first, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter as long as there's reciprocity. Now, you don't want to say it too early on. You don't want to say it too early on. Now, some guys, like some of my male friends, back during, like I said, like high school years, early 20s, it was like, man, don't tell her you love her first. Like she has to tell you she loves you first. Then you say it back. You know what I mean? Like that was like how most of us thought. Like you don't tell a woman you love her first, no matter what. And in some instances, even till this day, I kind of, there's still little, like little remnants of that. It's like, I kind of still agree with that. I know it's childish, but I kind of still agree with that. It's like, when a woman tells me she loves me first, I feel more inclined to say it back. It's like, it feels weird if I tell her I love her first. But the thing is, if I really do, I'm going to say it. I'm gonna profess my love to her, no problem. Like I'm saying, it's damn. Like I said, that one really hit me in the feels. Now that I'm thinking about it, because it's real like that. But I'm saying, but 4 months in, you said you guys were dating for 6 months in total, right? But 4 months in, that's when you told him you loved him. Now, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if he wants to really be serious with you. Or, because I'm saying it's like by then, he should have no problem saying it back instead of trying to keep it player, unless he's entertaining other bitches. Or he's in love with another woman that you don't know about. Because it could be that too. I mean, I'm not trying to, have your spidey senses tingling. I'm not trying to make you paranoid like that, but like I said, that could be the case. I'm saying a dude that doesn't profess his love to you, he either doesn't love you and stringing you along for some easy sex, he's in love with another woman, he's trying to keep it player so he can look cool in front of his homeboys. It could be any of those. I think those are the main reasons why a man fears professing his love to a woman. But I think, honestly, now that I'm really sitting back and reflecting, those are the main reasons. But I remember a lot of us, like I said, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, I'm saying, you kicking it with your boys, you smoking, drinking, whatever. And I'm saying that you guys start talking about different women you fucked or women that you're, like, actually involved with. And then, it's like, man, like, man, oh, this nigga a sucker, man. I said, this bitch got this nigga pussy whipped. Like, look at him, man. I said, you like a sad puppy right now. You know what I mean? Like, you get shamed crazy for it. Which I think is very toxic. And I'm not going to say toxic masculinity. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that SJW shit. But if you want to call it that, that would definitely be an example of it. And I'm saying, like, now as I've gotten older and wiser, I don't think exactly like that 100%. Now I said the saying first thing. Like I said, I hate to admit it, but I still kind of feel that way. But at the same time, on the flip side, if I do happen to say it first, just know it's genuine, and hopefully she feels exactly the same. You know, but I'm saying, but that's always in the back of your head. If I say it first, or even at all, it's like she owns me. You know what I mean? I'm officially her pet. You know what I mean? Same way if somebody gets their name tatted on you. That's official right there. If a dude tattoos or a woman tattoos their significant other's name on them and their significant other doesn't do it back, even though I don't think either one of you should do it, that's a telltale sign they own you. Like I said, like that's how some people look at professing love first, especially men. Like, oh, well, that bitch own you, or she run you, dog. You know, but I'm saying that's a childish mindset. So hopefully I made that clear. But break's about to be over. Southpaw Slick. I'm out.